welcome back to the Presiders Hub. I go by the name Presider as usual. Before we start this video, if you're new to this channel, just subscribe, like this video, uh, share comments, and then share this link, like this particular video, share it, and then also turn on the post notification so that you don't miss anything. Charlie, so the weekend, tomorrow, the weekend they come. It's been like a roller coaster, over the week. But then we did because this weekend we're coming massively. The bookies should be wet. It should be prepared. Opponents, ops should be prepared for banter. Our favorite players should also work hard because Charlie, a lot of things are going on today. Victor Osimhen. I mean, I'll start with some of the match recaps. So Victor Osimhen did so well. He scored a hat trick. I mean, his first hat trick for Galatasaray, and this is now 26 goals, 5 assists so far for the Nigerian striker. I mean, for I've been saying this over and over again. This is a guy to look out for, in the next transfer window because a lot of teams need a striker. Chelsea, Arsenal, even Manchester United. I mean, despite the fact that they have two strikers, I think they need a striker of caliber. Even Liverpool need, his kind of strikes. You understand, like what he does on the pitch. They need this kind of player where with them. So Osimhen, I'm expecting a lot of clubs to be out there for him. I mean, it will be so funny. I don't think he will go back to Liverpool because to Napoli because for everything he did for Napoli, and then they having to ship him like that to Turkey. I don't know if he goes and stays at Napoli, then I feel like he doesn't have any pride in him, but he should have pride because he did so much for Napoli, and then they repaid him like that. So hopefully he's a player to look out for. Neymar Junior. Finally, we all thought we were going to see Neymar play for Brazil. I mean, after over a year and more, yeah, also like a year more, like a lot of time. Like it's been a while since we saw Neymar play for Brazil. Finally, we thought we were going to see Neymar play for Brazil, but Charlie, unfortunately, he pulled out, due to an apparent injury. So we don't know, what is going on. Hopefully, it is just a precaution not to risk it because it's been a while. And this Brazil side, like Ronaldinho cry said, even Ronaldinho cry say, watching this Brazil side, they give him a corner. I say, man, let's see what will happen. Let's see. Hopefully, he will be back. He'll be back playing the ball he loves. Bobby Charlton was left out, but then due to Neymar, being ruled out, he's back. So Hendrick has got his position back, and then we will see what will happen. So the weekend, the match is played today everywhere go choke, everywhere go choke. I mean, we need some of these players to actually like do so well, for us because Charlie investors as why I say over the week, Bruno Fernandes did so well that this guy bagged the hat trick. It's been a while since we saw Bruno do something like that, so it's very very cool to see Bruno do something like that. And he's one player that I personally respect so much, even as someone I'm not a United fan, but I respect Bruno Fernandes so much, for what he has done for the club. Even Paul Pogba had to literally comment on his post. He called him a legend because Charlie, this guy is doing so well, and I really, really, really appreciate him. Mason Mount too is back finally. Mason Mount, he was actually one of my favorite players back then at Chelsea, but then injuries really, really disturbed the boy, for United. So hopefully we'll see Mason Mount. I'm still excited to see Mason Mount, what he can do, for them. Courtois and Sonny giddy now won't play for Belgium again, blah blah blah. He wouldn't play for Belgium. He actually retired. Basically, I mean, I don't know if it was permanent, but obviously it's not permanent because he's back. He wanted to be back, and then now he's back. I don't know if the coach is going to play him, but I mean, definitely you would have to play, Thibaut Courtois, in your team whenever you have it. So let's see. Bukayo Saka for the Champions League. It's still a doubt if he will be fit enough to face Real Madrid, but hopefully I know Arsenal fans will be prepared or praying for Saka to be back so they will get to at least almost hope no more fire there. Collapse be everywhere chokes. Even Chesney, Barcelona. If you're a Barca fan, if you're watching this, Apparently, they're discussing a new deal for our, savior, Chesney Charlie. At one point, Barca fans were, start Pina, but Chesney, I never doubted him, and he's proved his worth. Rashford is also back in the English squad. Thomas Tuchel, like, we're calling some players, but one big player I surprised will be yeah, Jordan Henderson. Yeah, at this 2025, big 2025, you're calling players like Henderson, and he actually came out press conference to actually talk about it. How he ultimately there was some excitement in him talking about the return of Jordan Henderson. So I'm like, really, bro? Even Liverpool fans have will not be happy, with that. And it's so strange for someone to go to Al Ittifaq, in Saudi, then all the way to Ayat, then still, I mean, calling Jordan Henderson in big 2025 there, Charlie Thomas Tuchel. Like, this is your first call up, your international call up, your whole squad, and you start like this, yeah, in some weird way. So it shows that Onagazano on the sack path, Kwanya, it can lead to sacking because I mean, let's be honest, if you're a football fan and you're a lover of this game, John Henderson is not a player that you call right now for any tournament. There are a lot of players out there doing so well. I mean, this young boy at Crystal Palace. I think I just forgot his name. A very very good DM also. I mean, these are players that you could call, not Jordan Henderson. It's nice to see Marcus Rashford, back because he's been doing so well, giving assists even in the UEFA Champions League in games and all that. He's found his form, but to bring Jordan Henderson, it's so weird. Ghana Black Stars and so is here Charlie, yeah, Chile, yes, yeah, the Abba. Uh, Strange enough, I'm not surprised though to see that Andrew Didayu didn't make it, even though he's among the top three highest scorers in Ghana now, but he couldn't make it. And then we'll see about that. Hopefully, like our coach said, we need they need the fans to help support the team. So hopefully, we'll go out there and we'll support the team because the World Cup there we have to qualify. I mean, our next game is against Chad. Last on the league table. So we first squash Chad at home, 0 points for them. So we have to beat them. Mo Salah to player of the month for February. So I mean, I know there. It's sad saying the Champions League has ended, so we don't know what will happen. He might not be able to win the Ballon unless maybe I don't know, but a bad thing because especially with the way Rafinha airborne, if Rafinha is able to do so well in the Champions League, even win it or get to the final, a bad thing about Mo Salah, So we'll see about that, All right, so that is just by the way a lot of fixtures actually. I mean, even the Spain squad we've had Balde out, Gavi also out, Isco. I mean, Isco is my biggest surprise because I feel like I mean this sideline of Isco was so sad. Last season he was one of the best players. He got sidelined. I mean, he got injured at some point, but this season this guy is still balling. At least give him a call out. If you're not going to call Gavi and and Fermin Lopez, who did so well, you should call Isco. This guy has been balling for Rebeti. So Isco is a shame that Isco didn't get called up. But for me, Barca players in there, I know Barca fans will be happy because right now we are in a very critical stage in most of the competition, La Liga, Champions League. Into one for players are higher, hey Charlie, they penisa because we're trying to save our squad from injury. But also one player I'm so excited for is Raul Asensio of Real Madrid. This guy is a baller. Like he's like Sergio Ramos regime. Like this guy is so strong on the ball. There's this command, this authoritative, figure in him whenever he's on the pitch. So it's a very good. I'm excited to see him, make his debut for Spain. So we are excited to see that. I know as and hopefully he will deliver. Chelsea today, sign almost signing players. It's, let's see about that. It's let's look at Saturday's matches. A lot of games. I mean lately there, juvenile thing, far, they're far. But this time, most of the they are done with the international competitions. These European competitions, yeah, now clubs will be serious trying to maintain their points and then their standings, in their league tables and all that. Hopefully, So last weekend upset winning from all these big teams, Bayern losing, Leverkusen losing, all these big teams losing. Hopefully, Man City losing, we're not going to see that, because I mean now they have some break to focus, on their team. So let's start with La Liga, Oko La Liga. Real Valladolid will be playing Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo, very good form. Win draw. I expect Celta Vigo to actually, yeah, even manage to get a goal in this particular game. Then Kasim Pasa versus Alliance Sport. There's also a goal the game that I expect two or more goals in there, so we should expect that. Then Udinese versus Verona, also two or more goals in that particular game. Udinese playing at home, I expect Udinese to get a goal. Monza playing Parma. Monza so far this season, Charlie, is so sad. They've not been playing well at all. Like bottom of the league. They will be relegated at this point. They used to do well, so they used to do better than what they are doing, but it's sad. They might be relegated. They are actually going to be relegated. So playing at home, but I expect Parma to get a goal in this game, so we should expect that. Then you've got Germany, Werder Bremen versus Augsburg. Werder Bremen surprisingly beat Leverkusen 2 goals to 0. I mean, before our game against Bayern, a lot of people didn't expect that. Even I didn't expect that, but it was such a big upset. How the game ended, but I expect Mönchengladbach to get a goal in this game, two or more, yeah, goals, even more, even maybe. I mean, the last option, both of them getting a goal, but then I expect two or more, or Leverkusen, Mönchengladbach to get a goal. Then Osberg versus Wolfsberg. Osberg is also a game that I expect two or more goals in this game, even both of them getting a goal. So we should expect that. So because Osberg, they actually have a good record against, Wolfsberg clearly the better side this season, but then Osberg they have a good record against, Wolfsberg. They've not lost in the last 5 games against Wolfsberg. So playing at home, there will be a big confidence. So that's why I'm expecting two or more goals, or both of them getting a goal, and then as well. So Mainz will be playing Freiburg. Freiburg, like these are two teams that are really on form. Like in form. So mine is actually third on the league table. Like Charlie, they're cooking. They're cooking. They're so ahead of Dortmund. Dortmund are way below, and Freiburg are also just 3 points behind Mainz. So Mainz playing at home, 4 straight wins, no losses in the last 5 games. Freiburg also no losses in their last 6 games. So this will be like we might even see a straight draw in this game. So we should expect that Mainz versus Freiburg, we might see a straight draw because they actually draw a lot. But there's a game where both teams are equally very good. So we might not see one side dominating too much. So, but we might not even see a lot of goals. We might see under 4 goals, or uh, worst case scenario, both of them getting a goal. But if one person managed to score early, the other will equalize. So then maybe the game will just play out a draw. But then Mainz playing at home, I don't expect them to lose this game. So I expect Mainz to win or draw this game. Then Union Berlin against Bayern. Union Berlin playing at home doesn't mean anything, especially in this game, because Bayern haven't lost their last game the way they did against Bochum. I'm sorry, but Union Berlin, maybe Bayern will be coming out because now they don't have, they've secured their qualification to the quarterfinals against Inter. So right now it's all out war. They couldn't capitalize on the fact that Leverkusen lost. They also lost with Leverkusen, so they couldn't stretch their points. Any they just have 8 points, so they have to win this game. Just so that they'll just, because they need to win the league, because last season they lost to Leverkusen. So Bochum, I'm sorry, you haven't won in your last 10 games against Bayern. Bayern are coming out hard in this game. Olise might get an assist in this game, where Musiala also might score, so we should look out for that as well. Then Wolfsburg versus Southampton versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Southampton playing at home. This is a game that I expect corners, and also I would have said maybe Wolfsburg to get a goal, but without Mata Cunha, Pablo Sarabia might not even start. It is very tricky. Mata Cunha is suspended, so I don't know. But then I'll expect corners, and then Southampton playing at home. They might score a goal, so I'll expect corners, and then that. Or this is a game that I expect a winner. Or I will not expect a draw. So either one of them will get the win. Then Everton playing at home against West Ham. West Ham, such a bad side. lately. They're not doing well at all, like very, very bad. And it's I feel like kudos and also kudos is also not performing, and so I don't know if maybe kudos they need kudos to start performing, So Everton playing at home is a different side. So I would this is also a game that I expect Connect at least 9 or 8, So we should expect that. Everton, they've shown that at home they're different this season. Drew 2-2 against United playing at home. Managed to get a point against Brentford, and then also they won against Crystal Palace. Got 2 points against Liverpool, scoring 2 goals. So I expect Everton to get a goal playing at home, and not at least they will not lose this game. I don't expect them to lose this game. The worst case should be a draw for them because they have been doing so well, especially at home. So we should expect that. Then Forest will be playing Ipswich. This is one of the games that could be very tricky. You know, Forest beats Manchester City 1-0. Then boom, next game they lose. It's almost like I think Newcastle or Tottenham. These two sides they'll beat a big team today. Teams that we expect them to lose. Then the next game they are winning or they are losing. So normally we expect Forest to win either half in this game. Also, I expect Connors as well. Chris Wood might get a goal in this game. The Man City, Brighton. See, Man City, I don't tire because Charlie, you can't predict Man City right now. Charlie, it's like Man City went from the surest result. For any analyst, like okay, whenever Man City are going into a game, you are rest assured, okay, this was going to happen. Man City are going to dominate. Right now, we are so unpredictable. Even against the likes of Newcastle, Southampton, we are just doubting. Brighton is also a very stubborn side. Always disturbing us. So we lost their last game against Brighton 2-1. So this time playing at home, at least I'll be confident that we might win either half. We if we win, we'll leave rock Chelsea. That's if they don't win their game. So I expect Connors in this game. May City to win either half, maybe 2 or more goals. To be expected. Then let's go to Scotland. Aberdeen will be playing Johnston away from home. So Aberdeen, I expect 2 or more goals in that particular game. Then Motherwell will play Saint Mirren. I expect Motherwell to get a goal in that game. Then La Liga, Mallorca will be playing Espanyol. Mallorca at home. I don't expect them to lose this game. They are 7th in the league position. Like draw in their last 4 games. Four draws in the last 5 games and 1 win. So playing at home, I expect them to not lose this game. At least get a point. Yeah, Espanyol actually have a good record against Mallorca. No losses in the last 4 games. But I mean, Mallorca playing at home, I expect Mallorca to get at least a point or get a goal. In that particular game, I don't expect a lot of goals. Maybe anything less than 4 should be expected. Then Utrecht versus Net. Utrecht playing at home, I expect them to get a goal or even win either half. So we should expect that as well. Then Braga, I expect 2 or more goals. Should. I mean, Braga, they're very, very unpredictable. Today, they can just lose games to just disappoint fans, even themselves, sabotage themselves in their own league. So, and then Nuns will be playing Lille. Nuns is a very good corner side. So, I expect, at least 7 or 8 corners in this particular game. I don't expect Leo to lose this game because if you watch the game they play against Dortmund, they were unfortunate to lose that game. So they did play well. So I expect them to at least get a goal, or maybe even win it a half. Yeah. Then AC Milan is playing against Como. Como is also one of my favorite side. Fabregas is doing so well with these boys. So far, I'm still yet to see Dele Alli. I mean, we all saw the news. We're excited to see Dele Alli finally given the chance, signed by Fabregas, Como. All of a sudden, I mean, what is going on? Dele Alli, like, is it still match fit or not? Like, there's no news out there. We've not even seen training videos of him doing anything. So, Dele Alli, we are still waiting to see what you can do for us. If you still got it, if you don't got it, get out of here, man. Yeah, shit. So that's just by the way. So AC Milan last time came back from 2-1 to 1-0 to win against Como. This time playing at home, I expect us to win this game, even win it a half. But I expect 2 or more goals. Como is a very stubborn side as well. So also I expect corners in this game. 9 corners as well. So we should expect that too. Then Brentford. This will be a very stubborn game because these are 2 good sides. So I also expect 2 or more goals I will expect at least 7, 8 or 9 corners in this particular game. So Bournemouth playing at home, the last game against Tottenham, they managed to get a point. So playing at home, Brentford, they actually have a good record against Bournemouth. Actually, no losses in their last 6 games against Bournemouth. But this is a different Bournemouth side. Like they've grown in confidence, and they're doing so well. So I expect Bournemouth to get a goal, and then maybe Brentford would just come back and then also get a goal. So we expect, like I said, 2 or more goals in this game. Then one interesting game of the evening, Villarreal versus um, Real Madrid. And this is a very tricky game because even though Villarreal today might not be the Villarreal of some years back, but there's a very very tricky start over there since 2017, almost like how many years? Almost 8 years. 8 years. Eight. Madrid don't really have like a very good record away from home, especially against Villarreal. This would be a game that Barca. Our next game is against Atletico Madrid. If we win that game, so hopefully Barca will be praying that Villarreal will manage to get a point. And Villarreal might not be like a good side now, but then they struggled, at the start of the season. But now they're doing a bit well. They have 3 wins in their last 5 games, 1 draw, 1 loss. So is Madrid. Madrid don't really have a good record in the last 5 games as well, like 2 draws, 1 loss, 2 wins. So this would be a tricky game. But normally, if Villarreal could fight so hard to get, I don't see them winning against Madrid, but they could fight so hard to get a point at home, since the record speaks for itself. The last 8 years, they've managed to not lose at home against Madrid, especially in La Liga. So it will be a very tricky game. But I expect Madrid to get a goal, win it half, or both of them getting a goal, 2 or more goals. So we should expect that as well. Then Leipzig playing Dortmund. Like I said, Dortmund donkeys, they are so good. Uh, in their own league now, they are in 10th position, so they're not doing well at all. Like they lose to Bochum, all these other side, but then in the Champions League they're so well. We also saw that with Lille. They really came out there, managed to get, they got a point at home, then they went away to get all 3 points advance. Maybe it will be different, when they meet FC Barcelona. But we also, the first game, they did so well playing at home. They hadn't lost in our home in the Champions League for years until Barca, and it was a hard fought battle, losing 3-2 like that. So, Champions League is different from, yeah. It's obviously their Champions League performance is different from league performance. But I expect Leipzig also very donkey side. I expect Leipzig at least to get a goal at home playing against Dortmund. Xavi Simons is doing so well. He's literally their engine, for this particular team. So if he's on top of his game, Leipzig will manage to get a goal playing at home. Then Besiktas, I expect Besiktas to get a goal, also 2 or more goals in this particular game. At least 8 corners should be expected. Ciro Immobile might score a goal, in this game. And then also Besiktas playing at home. Before today's game, yesterday's is now 12 a.m. So before yesterday's game, Piontek was literally their league top scorer. He was ahead with I think one goal or two. Then Osimhen scored a hat trick today. Now Osimhen is ahead with 2 goals. So Piontek would love to get a goal today, so that at least he can match up with Osimhen. Because Charlie, at my side, I'm chilling. I've struggled, in previous years. Finally, I'm about to win golden boot. Oh, free baby, free Nigeria, but now the Takashi, you can't use giddy giddy. Can they take my golden boot? So I expect Piontek to fire today to get a goal, or Basetise also getting a goal playing at home. Their away team, the Trabzonspor, might not are not an easy side. So we might not see a lot of goals, but Basetise playing at home, I expect them to get a goal. The Angers playing against Monaco. Angers so far this season they beat Monaco away from home 1-0. I remember that game so much because it was an upset for a lot of investors, including myself. But this is a game I expect Monaco to somehow have revenge. Either straight, to win straight away, or at least win it at half. So we should expect that. Then Porto playing at home. Porto, I don't know what maybe they needed the money because after they lost their best player when they Galeno, and then also I would say their second best player, Nico Gonzalez, who is now playing DM for Manchester City, but At some point with Porto, he was a bit advanced, but at least I expect Porto to win it a half, maybe two or more goals in this game. PSV, despite their horror show against Arsenal, losing by aggregate of I think 8-2 or 10, either 9, yeah, they lost on aggregate 9-3. I expect them to win this game or win it a half because it was such an embarrassing performance for them. So I expect them to bounce back. Then Alta will be playing Al Hilal. It's just a game that I'm expecting two or more in this game. Alta won't playing at home. Yes, they are very stubborn side, especially with Musa Barrow, and the others. But Al Hilal, Mitrovic is back, so they realize that Al Ittihad are trying to run away with the league. Benzema side yesterday they managed to get a win, so they would want to keep them on their toes. Benzema didn't get a goal, but Al Hilal will try to win this game so that they'll actually be behind because their next game they will be playing Al Nassr and we might see a draw in that game or maybe they might get a win, but they wouldn't want to risk that playing this game. So I expect them to at least win it a half or two or more goals in this particular game. Then Al Ali, I expect Al Ali to win this game, at least win it a half, playing even though they're playing away from home. I expect Ivan Tony to also get a goal. With Ronaldo's goal today, he will be 3 points ahead of Ivan Tony, who is I think 16 goals so far to Ronaldo's 19. So I expect him to score a goal to try to catch up. Aquacrano per penalties. Then Genk will be playing USG. It's also a game that I expect at least two or more goals. So we should expect that. Or just Genk getting a goal playing at home. And then also Torino, Empoli. Torino, for the sake of Torino playing at home, I expect them to get a goal. But this is not a game that this is a game that I want to expect a lot of goals, like maybe less than 4 below. And Girona, Valencia, I expect Girona to get a goal. I expect two or more. Also, two or more, I think should be safest. Then Girona getting a goal as well. Then Lens playing at home. Lens also good side, So I expect Lens to get a goal or win it a half against Rene. So also it's a game that I expect corners as well. Then Sporting, last but not the least, Sporting playing at home. I expect Sporting to get the win or win it a half. Victor Gyökeres is back scoring goals. Their last game managed to get 2 goals. He's back doing what we know him to be doing. So yes, that is just that. There's a lot, going on. Hopefully, this weekend, we will smile. Have confidence in some of these games. These teams will not mess up for us, and then we will chill. So yes, a lot's going on. Hopefully, some of the teams will perform. And so tomorrow I'll bring the analysis in the evening. I'll bring the analysis for some of the match recaps and the analysis for Sunday's games. So yes, a lot actually went on. Lionel Messi, we also about Lionel Messi go to Jamaica, show them what he can do. He went out there, he ball it out there, then he drop goals. I'm trying to speak part of it, the thing is not coming. He showed them why he the greatest of all time. Then he scored a goal from the bench. Lionel Messi did so well. So far, Lionel Messi is undisputed. Top goal scorer for Inter Miami and still wrapping up goals. So that is just that for today. So all the best in your picks. If you love this video, like it, pass a comment, share it, and then subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the post notification. So yes, that's for today. So my name is Presida.